Welcome the rare gems. Have you ever met a woman whose energy feels different, almost untouchable, like she moves through life with her own quiet rhythm? That's the Sigma female. She isn't loud, but her presence leaves a mark that stays long after she's gone. She doesn't chase attention or follow the crowd because her focus is on something far deeper: mastery of self. The Sigma female is a rare kind of woman who lives by her own code. She questions everything, observes in silence, and acts with purpose. She's not in competition with anyone. Her only goal is to become a better version of herself every single day. Life has shaped her into someone who values peace more than popularity and substance more than show. She knows how to sit in her own company without feeling lonely. She builds her world with intention and protects her energy like something sacred. Her calm isn't weakness, it's control. Her distance isn't pride, it's protection. Every habit she carries holds meaning, and every decision she makes is backed by clarity. If you're a woman who's ever felt different, who's ever struggled to fit in because your mind and soul crave depth, then this is for you. Being a Sigma female isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. It's about walking your own path with quiet strength and steady purpose, because when you stop trying to blend in, you start to truly stand out. This is where the Sigma female shines. Let's dive into it, the rare gems. Number 1. She withdraws to recalibrate, not to escape. Have you ever noticed how some people disappear for a while, and when they return they seem more grounded, more focused, almost untouchable? That's what a Sigma female does. When life starts to feel too loud, she doesn't run away. She steps back. She isn't hiding from the world, she's realigning with herself. While others might drown in constant noise and endless distractions, she understands that clarity doesn't live in chaos. Her withdrawal is like taking a deep breath before diving again. Imagine a woman who chooses to switch off her phone, close the door, and sit in the quiet for a while. No music, no conversation, just her and her thoughts. To some that might look like isolation, but to her it's a form of maintenance. It's where she recharges her mind and filters out the clutter that tries to steal her focus. Think of it like cleaning a fogged mirror. When everything feels messy, she doesn't add more noise. She wipes the surface until her reflection is clear again. That's how she thinks, plans, and regains her calm. She knows her strength isn't measured by how busy she is, but by how balanced she remains when life throws its weight around. So, while others might chase constant movement, she understands the power of stillness. It's in those quiet moments that she finds direction, refines her goals, and reminds herself of who she truly is. When she comes back, she's not the same. She's clearer, wiser, and more deliberate with her steps. That's not escape. That's strategy. It's how she stays ahead while everyone else burns out trying to keep up. Her silence is not emptiness. It's her laboratory of strength, and every time she returns, she comes back stronger than before. Number 2. She is loyal to her peace, not to expectations. Have you ever reached a point where your peace meant more than being liked or understood? That's the mindset of a Sigma female. She is loyal to her peace, not to expectations. She's the kind of woman who has learned, often through hard lessons, that peace is priceless. Once she experiences the calm that comes from being true to herself, no amount of pressure, guilt, or persuasion can make her trade it for chaos. Imagine someone who used to stretch herself thin trying to keep everyone happy. Family, friends, even people who barely cared in return. Then one day, she wakes up exhausted and realizes that her peace has been the price of her people-pleasing. That's the turning point. From that moment, she decides that her well-being comes first. So now, when tension rises, she doesn't argue endlessly. When someone disrespects her boundaries, She doesn't beg them to understand. She simply steps back. She would rather lose approval than lose herself. That's not coldness. It's maturity. It's knowing that peace isn't something others give you. It's something you guard with intention. In everyday life, you'll see her choosing silence over drama, clarity over confusion, and truth over comfort. She no longer explains her decisions just to sound reasonable. She knows that anyone who truly values her will understand without needing a speech. Walking away isn't weakness for her, it's wisdom. It's her way of saying, I refuse to live in spaces where my soul feels heavy. And when she stands alone, she stands firm, because peace gives her strength that approval never could. That's the beauty of a Sigma female. She doesn't live to meet expectations. She lives to protect her calm, and in doing so, she becomes unshakable. Number 3. She leads without needing followers. Have you ever met someone who doesn't talk much about what they're doing, yet everyone seems to pay attention when they move? That's the quiet authority of a Sigma female. She leads without needing followers. Her presence doesn't demand attention. It earns it. She's not trying to convince anyone to see things her way, yet somehow her actions make people stop and think. Her influence isn't built on loud words or public approval. It's built on consistency, integrity, and calm confidence. Imagine someone at work who doesn't join in on office politics, doesn't compete for spotlight moments, but always delivers results that speak louder than any speech could. Over time, others start to notice her steadiness. They start to seek her advice, even when she never asked to lead. That's real leadership. It comes from character, not position. In friendships or family settings, she's that person who listens more than she talks, but when she finally speaks, her words carry weight. People trust her because she's not pretending. She walks her talk, even when nobody's watching. What makes her leadership different is that it's effortless. She doesn't lead by controlling others. She leads by inspiring self-respect in those around her. Her calm assurance becomes a mirror that makes people want to rise higher. You won't find her chasing attention or forcing people to agree with her. Instead, she simply lives in a way that demands quiet admiration. That's what makes her unforgettable. She reminds us that leadership isn't about being followed, it's about creating an example so solid that others naturally align with it. A Sigma female doesn't walk ahead for applause. She moves with purpose, and somehow people just find themselves walking in the same direction without her ever saying a word. Number 4. She forgives but never reopens the same door. Have you ever forgiven someone, not because they deserved it, but because you refused to let their actions live rent-free in your mind? That's exactly how a Sigma female moves. She forgives, but she never reopens the same door. Her forgiveness is a form of freedom, not an invitation to repeat the same mistake. She understands that holding on to anger only drains her energy, so she lets it go. But letting go doesn't mean returning to the person who caused the pain. It means she's chosen peace over resentment. She'll wish them well, maybe even pray for them, but that chapter is permanently closed. Once a boundary is broken, she doesn't patch it up with hope. She rebuilds her peace somewhere else. Imagine a friend who betrayed her trust. She won't chase explanations or demand apologies. She'll simply step away with calm acceptance. She might even smile when she sees them again, but deep down she knows things will never be the same. Her forgiveness is silent but final. It's not about pride, it's about self-respect. She has learned that trust, once shattered, never feels the same again, no matter how sincere the apology. So rather than reopening a door that leads to the same pain, she locks it and walks toward peace. In everyday life, this makes her unpredictable to those who once took her for granted. They expect another chance, but she doesn't circle back. Her peace matters more than familiarity, and that's what makes her strength so rare. The Sigma female forgives to heal, not to forget. She moves on quietly, stronger and lighter, knowing that closing certain doors is not cruelty, it's self-preservation. Once she walks away, she never looks back, because she knows her peace is worth protecting. Number 5. She decodes intentions faster than words form. Have you ever met someone who just seems to know when something isn't right, even before anything is said? That's the Sigma female. She decodes intentions faster than words form. It's not magic, it's awareness. Her intuition is like a quiet radar that scans everything around her, picking up details most people overlook. A small change in tone, a delayed smile, or an inconsistent story. She notices it all without making it obvious. Picture her in a conversation where someone's being overly friendly. On the surface, everything sounds pleasant, but something inside her feels off. Maybe it's the way the person avoids eye contact or how their compliments sound rehearsed. She doesn't jump to conclusions, she simply observes. She listens to what's being said, but she pays even more attention to what's not being said. That's where the truth usually hides. Her strength lies in how calmly she responds to what she senses. She doesn't expose people or embarrass them. She simply adjusts her distance. She'll still be polite, but you'll feel the invisible line she draws between herself and anyone whose motives don't feel pure. It's her quiet way of saying, I see you, and I'm protecting my peace. In everyday life, this gift saves her from emotional traps. She avoids drama not because she runs from it, but because she sees it coming before it arrives. Friends might call her mysterious or cautious, but really, she's just tuned in. The Sigma female's intuition isn't about suspicion, it's about wisdom. It's how she navigates a world full of mixed signals without losing herself in it. While others rely on explanations, she trusts her instincts, and they rarely fail her. That's her silent advantage. She sees truth before most people even start talking. Number 6. She invests in growth, not gossip. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be growing quietly while others are stuck in the same place, talking about everyone else's lives? The difference often comes down to focus. The Sigma female understands that growth and gossip can never live in the same space. She invests her time and energy in things that make her sharper, wiser, and stronger. You will not find her sitting around analyzing who did what or who said what. That noise doesn't feed her spirit, it drains it. She knows that every minute spent gossiping is a minute stolen from something meaningful. While others are busy refreshing social media or dissecting someone's choices, she's reading, journaling, learning a new skill, or simply reflecting on where she can do better. To her, silence isn't boring, it's productive. It's the space where ideas take form and self-awareness deepens. Imagine her at work. While colleagues gather to whisper about a co-worker's promotion, she's quietly updating her skills, planning her next step, or organizing her thoughts for something bigger. Later, when results show, people wonder how she keeps advancing. The answer is simple. She stays focused on her own lane. Even in friendships, she avoids conversations that revolve around tearing others down. She'd rather talk about dreams, plans, and lessons learned. If a discussion starts turning negative, she knows how to redirect it or walk away. Her mind feeds on inspiration, not comparison. This doesn't mean she's detached or uninterested in people. It means she values time too much to waste it on empty talk. She's aware that growth happens quietly, through discipline, learning, and reflection. The Sigma female understands that those who gossip about others rarely grow themselves, so she chooses differently. She builds in silence, learns from life, and lets her results do the talking. While others trade words, she trades effort for progress, and that's why she keeps rising while the noise fades behind her. Number 7. She keeps her emotions private but powerful. Have you ever met someone who rarely shows what they're feeling, yet you can sense the depth behind their calm? That's the Sigma female. She keeps her emotions private but powerful. She doesn't need to announce her feelings for them to be real. Her silence often says more than words ever could. People sometimes mistake her composure for indifference, but those who truly know her understand that her calm is not a lack of emotion. It's the result of self-mastery. She feels everything deeply: joy, pain, disappointment, love. But she processes it differently. Instead of reacting on impulse, she steps back to understand what she's feeling before she responds. For her, emotions are not something to be performed. They are something to be understood. Think of her like still water. Just because it looks calm on the surface doesn't mean there isn't powerful movement beneath. Imagine her in an argument. While others raise their voices to prove a point, she stays composed, listening carefully. She might not respond immediately, but when she does, her words are measured and meaningful. That calm control often disarms people more than anger ever could. It's not that she doesn't feel hurt or frustration. It's that she knows those emotions lose their strength when you hand them to the wrong person. In everyday life, this quiet, emotional strength protects her. When someone disappoints her, she won't make a scene. She'll retreat, reflect, and decide how much access that person should have to her heart, moving forward. She protects her peace like something sacred because she knows that emotional discipline is real power. Her feelings are never exaggerated, but they are never fake either. They move her deeply, but they don't control her. And that's what sets her apart. While others drain themselves reacting to every moment, she channels her emotions into clarity and growth. Her calm doesn't come from emptiness. It comes from knowing that true strength is staying grounded, even when the heart feels everything. Number 8. She values energy more than appearance. Have you ever met someone who instantly felt off, even though they looked perfect on the outside? That's something a Sigma female notices right away. She values energy more than appearance. While others get swept up by looks, charm, or status, she pays attention to something deeper: the feeling she gets around a person. To her, energy doesn't lie. You can dress it up, hide it behind smiles, or cover it with confidence, but if it feels wrong, she senses it immediately. She has learned that a peaceful presence is worth more than a pretty face or an expensive lifestyle. She could be surrounded by people who look flawless, but if their energy feels heavy, fake, or draining, she quietly steps back. On the other hand, she can feel completely at ease around someone simple, calm, and genuine. That's the kind of connection she values, the one that feels honest and balanced. Imagine her meeting someone new. While others notice the outfit or the charm, she's reading something invisible. She's watching how they speak to others, how they treat people when no one's watching, how her spirit feels in their presence. That emotional awareness protects her from getting trapped in shallow relationships that look good from the outside, but feel empty within. In everyday life, she uses this sense to guide her circle. She doesn't keep people around because of their reputation or what they can offer her. She keeps those whose presence feels right, people who bring calm, not chaos. For her, it's never about perfection, it's about peace. She would rather sit alone in quiet energy than be surrounded by fake smiles. The Sigma female knows that appearance fades, but energy stays. And in a world obsessed with looks, her ability to sense truth beneath the surface is what keeps her grounded and wise. Number 9. Have you ever noticed that the most impressive people are often the quietest ones? The Sigma female understands this better than anyone. She works in silence and lets the results speak. She doesn't talk about her next move, and she doesn't make promises she can't keep. While others are busy announcing plans and showing progress online, she's somewhere behind the scenes, putting in real work. By the time people notice her, what she dreamed of is already a reality. It's not because she wants to hide, it's because she understands that silence protects focus. Talking too soon can invite distractions, doubts, and unnecessary pressure. So she keeps her vision between herself and the work. Imagine her studying late at night while everyone else is asleep, or saving little by little while others spend to impress. Months later, when she launches a business or achieves something big, people call it sudden success. But there's nothing sudden about it. They just didn't see the hours of effort she quietly invested. She doesn't need applause during the process. She finds motivation in progress itself. Each small win fuels her, even if nobody's watching. She knows that real growth happens in silence, the kind that doesn't need validation, but thrives on consistency. In everyday life, this makes her unpredictable. People underestimate her because she doesn't talk much about what she's building. Yet, when her results appear, they speak louder than any explanation could. Her achievements become her voice, and her discipline becomes her signature. For her, silence is not emptiness, it's strategy. It keeps her grounded, focused, and unstoppable. The Sigma female proves that the loudest person in the room is rarely the most effective. She doesn't chase attention. She creates results that make attention chase her. And when those results finally show, everyone understands why she stayed quiet all along. Number 10. Have you ever met someone whose kindness feels warm but never weak? That's the Sigma female. She protects her softness with strength. Her heart is open, but not exposed. She knows the difference between being kind and being taken for granted. Her kindness is never blind. It's intentional. She gives it to those who value it and withholds it from those who would misuse it. Life has taught her that being soft in a world that can be cruel is a form of courage. But courage doesn't mean letting everyone in. She has probably been the person who helped others, listened when no one else did, and gave second chances until it hurt. Over time, she learned that not everyone deserves full access to her heart. So now, she gives warmth where it is earned and distance where it is needed. Imagine her comforting a friend who's going through a tough time. She'll show up, listen, and give genuine support. But if that same friend starts taking her for granted or using her compassion as a tool, she won't argue or explain. She'll simply pull back. It's not revenge, it's protection. She's learned that peace of mind is too precious to lose over someone who doesn't respect it. Her softness is her gift. It allows her to connect deeply, to understand people beyond their words. But her strength is her shield. It keeps her from being drained by those who only take. The balance between the two is what makes her rare. In everyday life, she doesn't shut her heart off, but she filters who gets close. She knows that kindness without boundaries invites pain, so she practices selective compassion. The Sigma female understands that her softness is sacred, and to keep it pure, she must guard it with strength. That balance is her power. It's what keeps her kind, but never naive. Number 11. She stays unpredictable on purpose. Have you ever tried to figure someone out, only to realize that every time you think you understand them, they change direction completely? That's the Sigma female. She stays unpredictable on purpose. Not because she wants to confuse people, but because she refuses to live on autopilot. Her choices come from awareness, not routine. She moves when it feels right, not when others expect her to. She knows that predictability makes it easy for others to control you. Once people can guess your next move, they can manipulate your emotions, your time, and even your peace. So she keeps her rhythm private. One day she's deeply social, sharing ideas and energy. The next, she's quiet, reflecting and recharging. That unpredictability isn't inconsistency, it's balance. She adjusts her energy according to what life requires, not according to what others demand. Imagine her at work. Colleagues think they've figured out her next move, but she suddenly takes a new direction that no one saw coming. Maybe she leaves a comfortable job to start something that truly fulfills her. People call it risky. She calls it alignment. She's not moved by applause or approval, but by what feels true in her gut. In relationships, this same trait keeps her mysterious. You can't guess her next step because she's not performing for anyone's expectations. She listens to her intuition, and when that inner voice tells her to shift, she does, without warning, without apology. Her unpredictability is her shield and her power. It keeps her free. It reminds everyone that she cannot be defined or predicted. She operates from depth, not ego, and that's what makes her fascinating. The Sigma female moves through life with fluid wisdom, steady enough to stay grounded, yet flexible enough to evolve without asking for permission. Number 12. She treats rejection as redirection. Have you ever looked back at something you wanted badly, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, and realized that not getting it was actually a blessing? That's exactly how a Sigma female thinks. She treats rejection as redirection. When life tells her no, she doesn't fall apart. She pauses, reflects, and asks herself, what is this trying to teach me? She knows that rejection doesn't mean she's not enough. It simply means something wasn't meant for her path. She has learned through experience that closed doors often save her from what could have drained her peace or limited her growth. So instead of chasing what slipped away, she refocuses her energy on what's still possible. Imagine her applying for a position she really wanted and getting turned down. While others might take it personally, she uses that moment to grow sharper, improving her skills, exploring new directions, and trusting that something better will align in time. Months later, when a bigger, more fitting opportunity appears, she smiles because she now understands why that first door had to close. In relationships, she carries the same mindset. If someone walks away, she doesn't beg them to stay. She recognizes that not everyone is meant to go the full distance with her. She grieves quietly, learns the lesson, and moves forward stronger. Her ability to handle rejection this way is what keeps her grounded. She doesn't cling to what doesn't belong. Instead, she allows life to rearrange her steps. Every no becomes a signpost, pointing her towards something truer and more meaningful. The Sigma female knows that rejection is not the end. It's an instruction to look elsewhere, to grow, to evolve. And every time she's redirected, she discovers another layer of her strength and another reason to trust the timing of her own journey. In final words, have you ever wondered what truly sets a Sigma female apart in a world where everyone seems to be chasing attention, approval, and noise? It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. The Sigma female walks through life with depth, clarity, and quiet confidence. Her habits are not things she picked up from others. They are traits she earned through lessons, solitude, and self-reflection. Every habit she carries tells a story of growth, boundaries, and peace. She has learned that silence can be stronger than words, that distance can protect what love cannot, and that peace is a luxury only discipline can buy. While others chase trends, she builds character. While others try to be seen, she focuses on becoming. Her power is not in how loud she speaks, but in how steady she stays when life tests her. If you see yourself in her, even just a little, take it as a sign that your strength does not need to be loud to be real. Protect your peace. Keep your goals private. Invest in your growth. And never apologize for choosing yourself over chaos. Life will challenge you, people will misunderstand you, but your calm will always tell a louder story than your defense ever could. Being a Sigma female isn't about standing above others. It's about standing firmly within yourself. It's about mastering your emotions, valuing your energy, and walking away from anything that makes your spirit heavy. So, keep moving in silence, keep evolving with intention, and keep protecting the peace that others mistake for mystery. One day, they'll understand that your quiet strength was never arrogance, it was wisdom in motion. Stay true, stay grounded, and let your life continue to speak for you. Thank you for watching The Rare Gems, and God bless you.